Hello, hello. All right, before I take the starting soon screen down, as I just put into chat, this is going to look ridiculous. I'm warning you now. Here we go. I warned you. I warned you about the ridiculousness. So, made some changes. So now the hand cam is more of the central thing, and of course you get a good shot under my desk. So if a kitty cat goes under there, you will see the kitty cat. But I had to rig this the best way possible, which ended up being a $5 phone ring light from Five Below with my one camera attached to it that just kind of in the way. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Chill and Chat. Or whatever I named this ridiculousness. Today's coffee is Bones Smorey Time coffee. I love Bones coffee, and my mother-in-law set me up. I crocheted a pickle boy for the Niesling. I actually did too, and I never liked charging my mother-in-law for that stuff. So I usually just tell her to get me coffee, and she sent me a box of a sampler pack from Bones Coffee, and it was mostly stuff that we hadn't tried before but wanted to try, and then a Highlander grog, which Highlander grog is always good. All right, so if you are in the Skulls and Cupcakes Discord, I put a poll in there for what color Mothman we are going to do today, and we are actually going to do rainbow. So starting out with some purple here, which exclamation point pattern in the chat will get you a link to the pattern, which while you're there, check out Moms Stitchetti's beautiful eyes for amigurumi that she makes, because they are amazing. Alright, so as always, my iPad is over here with my pattern on it, and then I also had to do some math earlier to figure out how many stitches of each color I had to do. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, Mom Stitchetti was one of the first people I started buying patterns from when I decided I was going to try and sell crochet stuff. And her Mothman is amazing, and that's what we're going to be making today. The link there is actually for the exact pattern I bought, which is the Mothman and Cthulhu crochet pattern set. So if you're like me, you're going to make both of them eventually anyway, so you might as well have both the patterns. Alright, so this pattern, we start out, I usually starting out making the legs, but I just remembered the arms get crocheted into place later, so I actually do need to make those first. So let's see. What color did I say I was starting with the arms? Blue. So we're doing this in Big Twist Posh, which is going away eventually because the world hates me. This colorway is Blueberry Jam, which I'm kind of disappointed. They have just blueberry and then blueberry jam, and I never got a chance to. I know you have a pile for me, and I've got some yarn for you as well. I never got a chance to get just the regular blueberry to see what the color difference was. Yarn going everywhere, as it is wont to do. I've been rolling my yarn up like this since I worked at a call center back in New York. That's okay if you didn't get the blueberry. Sorry, it's lease renewal season here at the apartment complex I live at, so reds, pinks, yellows, whites. Yeah, I will take it, and I will give you what I have for the other one. I know what I'm talking about, really. It's been a long day, y'all. Alright, so get my pattern pulled up again. Alright, 8 single crochet into a magic ring. So I put a poll into the Skulls and Cupcakes Discord and another Discord that I'm part of to see what kind of Mothman, or what color Mothman I should be making today. And the winner was rainbow, so I'm not sure why I even did a poll for it, because it was overwhelmingly rainbow. There was, I think, 15 votes between the two polls. There were 15 votes for rainbow, 1 vote for black, and then I think 4 or 5 votes for other, which ended up just being purple. So, being that purple is in second place and Argic loves purple, I am going to make a smaller purple Mothman at some point. possibly with, Moms Stitchetti has like a little moth ball, basically, and I haven't tried that pattern yet, but I do own it, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think if nothing else, you can definitely see my hands better. And my face isn't like up in your face, when really it should be the crocheting that we're focusing on, or whatever craft I'm doing. Like today I did more, I like making stuff with silicone beads, like mostly keychains and I have pens, a lot of pens, bought a lot of pens, need to make more of those for my next market. And then today, where is it? Here it is. I got some really cute cryptid beads from a, here, let me hold it down here. This works. Hey, Katerial, how are you? KDM1412, hello to you too. Oh, yay, the alerts are working. I might have to put the alerts in front of the chat box at some point. That is a later Paxie problem. Anyway, got these super cute little Flatwoods Monster beads from somebody on Etsy. And my plan was to make keychains with them, just put them on the bars like this. All the bars that I have are too big for the holes in the keychain. But I was able to just put a little pin in there and make a little loop, and now we have this one. So I feel like this one really, really encompasses the chaos of the Flatwoods Monster. Just have the day you deserve. I just love the have the day you deserve pins. I'm gonna need to get, or buttons. I'm gonna need to get more of those. All right, I need to reach over here and get out of the way. There's so much stuff on my desk that you can't see right now, and it's probably a good thing. Need to get over here and grab a couple stitch markers because I'm going to need those. All right. So, increase around. So if you're curious, exclamation point pattern gets you the pattern that we're using today. Yeah, I do have Huds's mat there. There, I can move a little bit and you can see it. I got this for doing that Knuckles race with him a while ago. That was a lot of fun, and he sent me that, and I love it so much. I probably should be paying him some sort of commission at this point because a lot of the pictures I take are just on top of that mat. So yeah, Moms Stitchetti's patterns. I've made a lot of their Mothman patterns, and I have a few other ones. I made their Krampus once, and that took forever. And it was huge. And I think I sold it for like $75 because it was huge. Oh, last week we did make the Cactus Cat, and I said I was going to finish it on stream, but I couldn't leave the poor thing unfinished, so... Ta-da! Cactus Cat. I did something wrong when I sewed the tail on. I'm going to have to mess with that a little bit, but it turned out super cute. I haven't done the, there's supposed to be like a little nose right here, and I haven't done that yet, but they turned out super cute, so I'm really happy with that pattern. It is very cute. I'm very, very happy with it. Can you hug this cactus? Yes, you can hug this cactus. So if Arg hugged this cactus cat, he would be safe. If you know, you know. All right. Oh, I've already messed up on this thing. I wasn't paying attention to where I'm working on the arms, and I started doing the instructions for the legs. So we need to. You're welcome, Criterial. I need to actually pull this back because the arms do not need to be 16 stitches thick. Am I back down to 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I did math earlier in order to make sure that I had at least some sort of a even row distribution between colors. So the arms are going to be 3 in blue. So three rows in blue. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 rows in green, and then I'm going to be attaching it to the body during a yellow row, so the last row is going to be yellow. We'll see how this turns out. I've never done like the self-stripe or the striping on this. Yes, I do have a very interesting overhead setup. This is a ring light for a phone from Five Below. I felt like this like shows off my hand movements better. And then my face camera is just right in front of me on my laptop. I don't have a lot of room to work with because this is my bedroom / home office / small business warehouse. So yeah, I do what I can. Alrighty. Sadly, most of my desk is, it is mostly the warehouse there. Face cam is offset in your overlay. Yeah, it's definitely offset in the overlay. I've tried what I can do. I will fix that eventually. Thankfully, the little purple box around the face cam is movable, so I'll do that at some point. Besides, if it was perfect, it wouldn't be me. Yeah, there's a lot of warehouse in my small business warehouse, and then, yeah. Most of my desk is taken up with actual job stuff. Alright, so we've got our 3 rows here. I feel like I keep pulling the thing up so you can't even see it anyway, so hold on. Oh, there goes the camera. That's one of the problems with this. The camera just goes. How much of me can you stand? Alright, let's see if we can get this fixed again. There we go. It's somewhat secure. Okay, I think that's better. It's probably not. There's probably no reason to do that. But, alright. I need my green, which is right over here. You don't know if I'll stay with this setup just because this is hard to move with. And y'all are probably going to get seasick at some point. Grab my scissors. Changing colors is such a pain when you're working in a continuous round because the rows don't look right when you line them up. You'll see when I get a row on here. So one of the reasons purple became its own option was earlier today I was hanging out in ARG's chat and I mentioned that I was mentioned about the post and like there was really no reason to have a poll because everybody picked rainbow and ARG's like, well, if you're selecting colors, do purple. And then purple ended up coming in second because somehow, despite the fact that one of the poll option was other right in chats, nobody realized you could do other. Like, I literally had somebody say, oh, I didn't see that. So yeah, purple ended up coming in second. So at some point I am going to make a, It is a blue that I bought for Sonic Criterial. I have a Sonic pattern that I like, and I'm going to make another one of. So I did buy this specific blue for Sonic. I have another blue that I got specifically for, like, classic Sonic. But yeah, at some point I will make a purple Mothman that'll be a little bit smaller. Depending on how far we get with this guy, maybe next week. Like I said, I'm trying to do these at least once a week. Yep, it's an ARG Sonic Blue. It's perfect. KDM, I only did like 4 hours on that poll because it wouldn't give me the option for 6 and 8 hours was too long. And I felt like 1 hour was too short. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna have to do something about this because my back is starting to kill me. Alright, I need 2 more rows, I think. So, 4, 5, yeah. Actually, now that I'm rereading my pattern, I might want to do 2 rows of yellow, because the last row of yellow is just sealing the arm up, and I don't want to do a color change just for that. Green, stay where you are. Okay. You probably can't see behind me, but I have a Ziggy on my bed right now. He came in and is hanging out on the bed. Bandit was on the bed a little bit earlier, but he ran off to do whatever he does when I'm not paying attention. Oh, speaking of which, the thing that just came to the chat right now, May 11th through the 17th, a bunch of different creators are getting together to fundraise for Breakthrough TD1, which is for type 1 diabetes. It used to be the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I think that's the whole name. Anyway, Amber Cyprin suggested me to Nuclear, and I was available, so I said, yeah, I'll do it. So the wording might be a little bit confusing. I think there's a post, like I put a post on Blue Sky about it, and it may sound like me and a bunch of streamers and creators are going to be streaming together that day. No, as far as I know, we're all doing separate streams that day to raise money, but I have a Tiltify link if you want to donate. Also, if you donate $50 or more, you get your own Bongo the Confident Squid keychain. Here he is. This is Bongo the Confident Squid. I'm vanishing into the top right. Okay. But yes, this is Bongo the Confident Squid. He believes in you, and if you donate $50 to the cause, you will get your own. Probably the day of the stream, I will actually be just making bongo. Making a bunch of bongos for anybody who donates. Okay, we're gonna make a quick change real quick. I'm gonna put up the starting soon screen so y'all don't get like motion sick as I do this. But this setup is okay, but it's not particularly working for me. So I need to get the Achievement Hunter technical. Oh, thank you, KDM. The picture, the graphic on there was done by my beloved Kit, and then it was thrown together in MS Paint because that's the extent of my abilities. I seem to have. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say. I thought I misplaced the tripod for the webcam, but I found it. We're good. Alrighty. Gotta move my coffee slightly. If you could see all the cords I have on my desk right now to make this stream work, it's something else, let me tell you. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some adjustments on the hand cam after I get the turn the starting soon screen off, so bear with me. Okay, Where's my... Okay, there's my crochet hook. That's slightly better. That's as good as it's going to get for right now. I tried, guys. I really did. I'll try to make sure I'm holding it up so that it's like at least on camera a little bit. Like ideally it would be like right here, but that puts it onto my laptop, right in my field of vision. You know what? We're gonna make this work. What kind of hood am I using? What do you mean? Alright, so we got the rainbow. We got the rainbow here started. And now I just need to close it up. I don't stuff the arms because they're pretty plush on their own. What kind of hook am I using? Okay, this is a G hook. It's a Amazon cheapness special. I don't remember what the brand is called, but I'm pretty happy with the whole thing so far. Like, part of the problem I have with some hooks is like right here, it starts getting loose. This seems like it's really well put together, so I'm pretty happy with it. At some point I will go onto Amazon and find out what it is, and then I will put it into the crafty chat and skulls and cupcakes, so then if you want to check it out there. Okay, so we just got to do, what was it, 3 or 4? Okay. Screen, please. All right, 4. There we go. All right, there's our arm. Well, arm 1. And then I have to remember that I'm going to be crocheting this into place, so I do not need to leave a super long tail to sew it on. I can just go like that. Put my hook up in through here. Grab hold of the tail in theory. In theory. Theory is not going good. Okay, we're going to do something else, which is reach behind my screen for one of my sewing needles. And we're just going to weave it on in there. Cut off the excess, shove the little tail that's left in, and there, we have an arm. We've gotten an arm done. It's taken about half an hour, but we've gotten an arm done. Oh, other thing I can show you if it's, within arm distance of me. So those hooks didn't come with a really good case. It was just like a flat gray thing, and I kept losing it. So, oh yes, I bought myself a Sonic the Hedgehog pencil case to keep crochet hooks in. And it's actually turning out pretty nice, except for these aren't made for crochet hooks, so if there's only one hook in there, everything just falls out. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. And then there's a little pouch right here where, do I have anything in the pouch? I don't think I do. I don't currently have anything in this pouch, but in this front pouch here, I do have some scissors, extra stitch markers, extra needle, just like little random stuff that I need. Yeah, I'm very happy with this purchase. I was originally going to get one that was a little bit fancier, but it came with a bunch of colored pencils and stuff that I would never use. All right. So, we've got an arm. We need another arm. So, grab my blue, and we do that entire process all over again. If I can find the end of my blue. I found it. We're good. There it is. You okay back there, Ziggy? Ziggy has been coughing up a storm lately, and if he doesn't stop, he's going to the vet. By the way, shout out to Chillhop Music for the music today. It's just, I'm part of their creator program. I went and downloaded everything I could that was part of their free downloads, and then just threw it into one playlist on my computer. Okay, is this positioning of the hand cam working for everybody? I mean, it definitely looks better than last week. I don't think you could really see anything last week. Last week, my face was in the main picture, and then the hand cam was like up in the top corner. I've got me in the bottom corner because my hands are kind of up more at the top when I'm crocheting. And then I got the chat on screen. I'm probably gonna have Kit design me a frame to put everything in. This is working the best so far. I wish you could see this, because it looks just as ridiculous as anything else I've done. Like, the hand cam is right here in front of me. Like, there it is. Right there. sitting on the keyboard for my laptop. Might be able to rig up something else later, but honestly, with how I crochet most of the time, it's probably good that it's up a little bit higher. Hi! Did you want to be on stream? Can you say hi to the internet?
Hello, internet. Yo soy bendito. Muy necesito.
Hi. What's up, buddy? Oh, did you bring me your ball? Oh, hi, sweet boy. Please be careful. Okay, you're done? Are you done? Yeah, I put that under there for you to lay on. You can lay on that. Or did you bring me your ball? I don't see it. 1 second, internet. Here, you can see the rest of my room while I go see if I can find his ball. Where's your ball, buddy? You didn't bring it to me. Is it out here still? Yes, it is. Okay, good. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. Come on. Come here. All right, internet, you want to see a thing? Let's see if I can get this positioned properly. So there's Bandit. This is my room. And that's the hallway. This is the ball. Get it. No, you're not going to show the internet that you can pick up the ball and bring it to me? No, that's what's happening today? I do this for you and you decide not to help me? There's Ziggy. No fetch today, apparently. Lesai. Now, earlier, he's been, like, real crazy in the mornings. Goodness gracious, this has gone all wrong. He's been real crazy the past few mornings, and I could not figure out why. And then I realized I hadn't seen one of his sparkle balls in a while. The sparkle balls, we just get them from the vet. There we go. That's good enough. We just get them from the vet's office. No other sparkle balls will do. If you try to give him other sparkle balls, he will not play with them. So we keep them in a little bin in a cupboard in our kitchen. And I took the bin out, and then as soon as I opened it, he like shoved his face down in there and was like sniffing at the collection of sparkle balls I keep in there. And then he picked out that one that I just threw for him. Camera, please. What are you doing? Camera, why do you do this? Oh. Hey, that's what spacebar does. So this is one reason not to have your camera tripod hanging out on your keyboard, because you're going to turn on the starting screen. Think we're good? I think we're good now. If I don't touch anything, we should be good. So yeah, Bandit's being a butt and not wanting to play, and that would have been so cute for the internet. All right. Alright, so we've got our third row of the blue, which that reminds me, I'll have to change my my notes that I took on how to do the striping on this, because we changed it so that there were 2 rows of yellow, so everything hopefully meshes nicely when we crochet it all together. Sorry, people are talking to me on Discord and I'm looking at it over here. People are making things complicated for me too early in the day. That one. Typing to Arg's Discord, because apparently you have to go to rules and roles to be able to post your stream going live now. Hey, WikiTac! Hey, buddy, how are you? Do you have any new Furbies you want to tell me about? Because, my goodness. Guys, Wikitech is one of my vendor friends, and he makes these amazing Furby plushies. Like, they're just the best. Wikitech, please put your Instagram into chat if you could, please. Alright. I'm gonna finish typing this real quick. Alright. Alright. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I've got stuff. I've got crocheting to do. Alright. Where's my green? Got my green. If you're just tuning in, you have missed my cat being a jerk, my setup being jank, because it is. It's held together with duct tape and some gum, maybe some string. String on a good day. Almost snipped myself with my scissors. Good job, me. That is legit. I'm still trying to get things figured out on this stream, so it might be telling you that you can't do something, or, you know, the internet, man. No Furbies today, just working on Weevils. Your Weevils are really cute, though. Where did my stitch marker go? I found it. We're fine. So, y'all, I'm technically trapped at my apartment right now. Not for the reason you'd think. So, I believe I mentioned in my last stream that I have gone through and gotten my name all legally changed and everything. All that fun jazz. And I decided that while I was getting my name changed, I had to, renew the stickers on my car. I had to renew the stickers on my car, and I finally decided that I was going to bite the bullet and get a custom vanity plate for my car. For those who don't know, I have a white Chevy Sonic hatchback. There is a sticker of Sonic the Hedgehog on the back. I have a chow hanging from my rearview mirror. It's a very, very me car. So now I'm going to have a this is so silly. I'm going to have a plate that says "and Nux." I did it. I finally did it. However, the plates haven't shown up yet, and neither have the stickers. So I'm kind of stuck at my apartment unless Kit is home and can drive places. Because with my luck, I would get pulled over for driving while my stuff is technically expired. I have the emails and everything proving that I have done the registry and everything, but at the same time, I'm not going to deal with that at all. So I'm just not going anywhere until I get them, unless Kit is with me. But yes, I've been joking about changing it to and Nux for a while, and I finally did it. It'll definitely be easy to find my car in parking lots. Not that it hasn't been already. There's like one other Chevy Sonic that I've seen around here, and that one doesn't have the luggage rack. It kind of sucks. The car that I went to go see when I picked out this one was actually a blue Chevy Sonic. Unfortunately, they had already sold it by the time I got there for the test drive, and I was bummed out. But we test drove a couple other ones, and then we got this one, and I do love a good hatchback. I love just being able to get the hood up and not having to bend over so far to get stuff out of the trunk. So yeah, I'm very happy with my car. It doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it. It's a 2014. She runs great. I've only had like I think I had one serious problem like within the first year that I got her, but it was easy to fix. And then there was something that was actually an issue that Chevy knew about, and they were telling people to get it taken care of. But when I tried to get it taken care of, the dealership that I went to had no idea what I was talking about. So that was something I had to get fixed on my own. But no, it's a really good little car. Little is emphasized because it looks bigger on the inside somehow, but it's also very small in the front. I couldn't tell you where that came from, Nova. I'm so sorry. Your phone is rebelling against you. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but Ziggy's behind me just snoring away. Your phone hates you? I'm so sorry. Bad phone. All right. Got our second arm done. For anybody who didn't hear me mentioning it earlier, originally I have this yarn. Well, I can just reach over and grab it. This is by Lion Brand. It's called Dreamland, and the colorway is rainbow. And I was just going to make the whole guy out of this and then do something else. But then I'm like, wait, if I take a little time and a little extra effort, I could actually make it rainbow striped. So that's what we're doing. Fellow people who watch HUD 601, how's he doing with Mario 2? Do we know? Is he still alive? Got our little arms here. Yes, I'm fully committing to the rainbow, and if this one goes good, I might commit to some other ones too. I do have a bunch of the Big Twist Living Pride yarn colorways, and I've made some guys about that. Like for last year's Big Gay Pride Market, I had a trans Mothman with a knife, because why wouldn't I? It was going fine earlier. Good to know. We shall wish him all of the luck with Mario Brothers 2. Now, just to confirm, was it Mario Brothers 2 USA, or was it what we would call the Lost Levels here? I assume it was Mario Brothers 2 USA, where you can play as the princess and everything. Unless somebody really, really hated him and donated for him to do that. Why am I doing this? This is not the color I need right now. My goodness. All right, where's my purple? There's my purple. All right, so we're going on to the feet. So we're starting with purple and we're going to work our way up. I don't know, I've been very out of the loop in HUD Slam. Same. That reminds me, I got to remind him that as part of the race we did last October, when he won, like there was never an if he won. When he won, I told him I would make him a teddy bear to, well, a Cthulhu bear to be one of his Pride Month fundraiser prizes, and I gotta ask him if he wants me to send that to the UK or if he just wants to give me an address and I'll send it out. Alright, we're getting started on the feet. Hopefully this goes well. Lost track of all the social groups I used to be in. You know what? Same. Hi, boy. They can't see you down there, but I can see you down there. Hi, get out of my garbage can. That is not for you. I had to move my garbage can because somebody was trying to get into it. Hi, boy. Do you want to come be on the internet again? No, you're good? Okay, no, that's not for you to scratch on. You have a million other things that are for you to scratch on. So go get those. They have these really nice bins. They are wooden bins and they have like a fabric lid on them. And Bandit thinks they're for him to do scratching. They are not. They are to mostly hold yarn. But the one that's under my desk holds like random electronic cords and stuff. So I put it under there with the hopes that the cats would sleep on it rather than trying to be on my desk. And Bandit has just recently figured out that he can do that. So. Alright, so we need to do rows on the foot. This got scrolled down a long way. Alright, 1 through 5 are purple. Already lost track what I was doing and started just doing a regular single crochet around. No, I need to increase around so I have the right size of legs. Bless you, Ziggy. Okay, I gotta turn down the spawn rate on that timer at some point. My goodness. I tried to set it up so, like, these things would only come up, like, once every, I think, hour or so? Like, once an hour, maybe twice an hour. No, they come up, like, every 3 lines. It's very enthusiastic. I really do want to raise money for Breakthrough T1D with the Creators for Cures. All right. All right, so since it's very hard for me to understand, to remember what row I'm on when I'm circling in a continuous round like I am right now, I'm going to add an extra stitch marker so I know that this right here is round number 3. And so I need to do 3 rounds in purple, and then I'll change over to blue. Every 5 minutes is a bit much. Well, hang on. Can I control that from over here? I think I can. For those who don't know, my iPad is over here. It's where my patterns and stuff are. I'm actually considering, there is a, at Costco right now, they have, for like $80, a monitor that is small enough that you can just use it with like your iPad, and I'm considering it. But what I'm doing first is seeing whether or not I actually need to have another monitor on here. The idea would be that the other monitor would take the place of my iPad. All right. Come on, work with me here. All right, save. Bandit, I hear you making noise over there. I would appreciate it if you stopped. All right, for the funny, I put it in for like 69 minutes. We'll see how that goes, but I can probably change it again if we need to. It was set to go every 10 minutes. You know, we're going to up the chat lines too. There, save. All right. Every 69 minutes or 99 chat lines. We'll see how that goes. All right. Back to my pattern. I've got it up on my iPad so I can fix it more later if I need to. All right. So once again, we are working with Big Twist Posh, which is going out of business because Joanne is going out of business. What's the next market I'm vending? I don't know. I've put in for the mental health market, which I believe is in April, the Scorpio May Day market, and then, of course, the big gay market, but I haven't heard anything about any of those, so I'm not as aggressive as I probably should be with applying to some of these, but this isn't my full-time job, and if I tried to make it my full-time job while having a full-time job, I would probably end up in a full-time mental hospital. Which nobody wants that. Mostly me. Keep forgetting to apply. I think they're still taking applications. I honestly don't know. They might be done. I don't remember. All I know is that the big gay market stopped taking applications on the 31st of March, and poor Ashley and Ollie are going to have to go through all of them. Don't think I can get enough stuff made in time if it's in April. That is legit. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I made, like, for previous markets left over. Like, I have never sold out of my stuff, so that's nice. It's May 31st. The mental health market? Nice. Okay, so 3, 4. One more row of purple. Then I can switch over to blue. And we do like one row of blue, and then I switch over to the, I have to make the next leg. Oh, guys, I'm so excited for Ashley. She's one of the organizers for the soft market tomorrow, and don't feel prepared. Oh, nice. Am I applying now on my work computer? Who's to say? Nobody. Nobody can say what you're doing right now, because nobody. The only person that can be seen right now is me. Okay. Stop it. I hear you back there, Murphin. You need to stop. I can't pay attention to you right now. I'm on the internet. Hi. Okay. I'm so happy for Ashley, one of the organizers of the Big Gay Market, because tomorrow night she's having a grand opening of her little store in Baraboo. And I hate that it's in Baraboo, because by the time Kit gets home from work and we get out there, it'll be over. I have nothing against Baraboo. I think I've driven through there. I've never actually been in Baraboo. Yeah, Nova, there's stuff about it in Vendor Frienders somewhere. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got so here's my little purple, bottom of my purple foot. When I did the math, it came out to about 4.5 rows of each color, and I wasn't going to do 0.5 rows. Nope. So the purple one, I did a little bit longer on the color, because like at least 1 or 2 rows is on the bottom. I just realized something. So I was mentioning to Arg that I couldn't post in his community streaming chat. My Discord is linked to the Skulls and Cupcakes streaming account, so when I go live on this one, it's not going to show up in his chat. I'm not going to bother trying to fix it. It's okay. Alright, blue. Posted in Huds' chat, though, so there's probably some sort of mythical black magic or something that I can do to make it work in Arg's Discord, but I'm not doing that right. At least not right now. Maybe later. Okay. The nice thing about this is as I go along, and I can put yarn away when I'm done using colors. Like after I make the next foot, I can put the purple away. Yeah, I'm super happy for Ashley too. I hope that it goes well. I know she was saying that it's a small space, but yeah, you should be starting with a small space if you're first starting out. We've got kind of a joke, or at least I think it's a joke, I can't tell anymore, going in Vendor Frienders about how we're all going to get together and rent a building and start some sort of collective. It'll be like the collective in Animal Crossing, except a bunch of weird nerds making art. I had the idea originally to put it in the cops building on Whitney, because it's got a kitchen, so baker people could bake stuff, and it's already a store, so you could set it up as a store for various people. And all right, so we've got our one line of blue on here. Man, the colors look really washed out, but I promise they aren't. This is actually a nice purple and a nice blue. All right, so leaving a little bit of a tail on this leg, because sometimes there's gaps that you need to sew together. If I do it right, there won't be too bad, but I'm going to take my tail here and make a little bit of an invisible fasten off. It's not invisible. You can still kind of see what it looks like, but it looks better than just like slip stitching into the next stitch, because there. It looks a little bit better. It doesn't look... just trust me on this. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but trust me on it. This place is my local mall. It lets people sell stuff there, and I'm a bit tempted, but I have to get the stuff together and figure out taxes and stuff. Yeah, taxes and stuff are the worst part, but get yourself a Square reader. Square, like, if you set it up to, like, whatever county or state you're in, it will do all that for you. Once again, today's coffee is Bones Coffee Smorey Time. It's iced because I brewed the pot this morning, didn't drink all of it and wasn't going to waste it, so, you know, you pour it over ice. Just me grooving along to the music here. This is like a store in the mall and you don't have to man it, so they have their own way to collect the money. Oh, okay. So it's like a consignment shop. And there's a consignment shop back in my one of the places I lived in New York called the Old Garage. I think they call it something else now, but when I first moved there, it was called the Old Garage, and that's just what I always called it, and I will never not call it the Old Garage. They had some of the craziest stuff in that consignment shop. I think I found like I know I found like an old A-Team lunchbox once, and just there's somebody who's selling soup mixes and soaps. We have a set of Sesame Street glasses that are like little plastic cups that I got there for Katie for Christmas, and which I'm very excited. A bunch of stuff I ordered, not only just for me, but for Kit for her birthday at the end of the month is coming in today. So I can't talk about it because I don't know if she watches these or not. I also don't even know if the mail's come yet. Sometimes it comes at like 2:30, other times it doesn't come until 7. The mail. Although I keep hearing people talking about how stuff isn't getting to them like it's supposed to, like stuff is just like going missing, so now I'm really, really worried about all of my wedding invites. My beloved worked so hard on those, and I want them to get to the people they're supposed to get to. But part of me realizes that my wedding isn't until November. So, hi Beast, what are you doing? Are you being crazy? Yeah, you being crazy? Did you bring the ball over? I always have to check because he'll come over and drop the ball like and expect me to hear it, but all he does is go. He doesn't meow most of the time. He's been meowing a little bit more lately. I think because he's been bored and wants me to play with him and not just throw a toy at him and have to work, which I hate that. I hate that I have to like throw a toy at him and not play with him because I'm at work. But the ball is a nice thing because I can throw it, he'll chase after it, pounce on it a couple times and then bring it back, but I have to really look for him to see if he's brought it to me, and I can't just like look at him because I can't hear him drop it. But yeah, anyway, I'm also realizing that since my wedding is in November, some people just may have decided not to worry about responding right now. I think we've gotten maybe about half of the RSVPs back, and a bunch of those were people just being like, hey, we're talking to you right now, so I'm going to tell you that we're coming to the wedding. Apparently people don't want to use the website, and that disappoints me because it's a really nice website. Katie and I worked really hard on that website. I mean, do you want to just RSVP over the stream, Nova? Because I'll just put... I need to ask questions that I'm pretty sure I already know the answers to. You can do the thing on the internet. There's a QR code, and as far as I know, it works. You do not have to be... The wedding is in November. The RSVP, I think, ends at the end of August. I don't remember what we put on there. You do it whenever you have time, Nova. It's okay. I'm just paranoid that with all the stuff going on with the U.S. Postal Service is that some people just didn't get theirs. One of my cousins, her son Imp. I'll tell the story of how he got the name Imp in a little bit, but I sent her the wedding website, and as soon as I sent the wedding website, we hadn't sent we had just put the RSVP cards and everything into the mail, and I sent her the website because I'm like, well, it's official now. I can show the website to people. Like 5 seconds after I sent her the link, they were RSVP'd. Okay, so that was nice. And then they still got the card and thought it was cute, and I got a picture of Imp holding the card and being all excited about things. So Imp. I'm pretty much the only one who calls him Imp as far as I know. The reason I call him Imp is because when my cousin was pregnant, there goes my stitch marker. Gosh darn it. 1 second. I got it, we're good. When my cousin was pregnant with Imp, they were not sharing at first they were not sharing the gender. I think they did end up sharing the gender like before Imp was born, but I honestly don't remember. This was like a year ago at this point. Maybe more. It was a while ago. The kid just turned 1 in March. Anyway. So they weren't sharing the name. They wanted to keep the name private and all that. It's in your My account, Nova. Trust me. I understand completely. Your My Tax account. That's where it is. They were keeping the name private, and I was joking. Well, I'm just gonna call them. Tiny Overlord. And then a little bit later, I'm like, no, wait, I'm gonna call them Imp. And for a little bit, I could not figure out why I was calling them Imp. And then I had to go read one of my comfort novels. I have a comfort novel series. It's written by a friend of mine. It's the Shivda romances. I will link those at some point. And one of the characters in there, his childhood nickname was Imp, and he's like my favorite character in the book series. So I'm like, oh, that's where that came from. Time to fess up that I have nicknamed this little guy after a character in a romance novel. Yes, they are romance novels. Yeah, I told my cousin and she was okay with it. She also liked that Imp kind of sounded like something out of Game of Thrones because her husband really likes that, so it's okay. But I'm 90% sure I'm the only one who calls that kid Imp. He's also going to be the flower boy at my wedding, so I'm very excited. He gets all the Sonic the Hedgehog stuff, and then my other cousin, her daughter is going to be the ring girl, and she gets all the Batman stuff because for the baby shower for my cousin, she lives in Norway, so we had to send everything to her mom who lives in New York, and then everything got moved over that way. That's not important to the story, but we got her a lot of books because books are great. And one of the books I got her was Bedtime for Batman. It's a super cute book, and apparently it's one of her favorite books. So at Christmas time, I had found a book of like I think 5-minute Batman bedtime stories, and then a plushie that went with it. So she's got another Batman book and another plushie, and she will just be getting all of the Batman stuff until I'm told to stop. All right, we've got our other foot here. So now we got to put the feet together. Okay, so let's see. All right. This part's fun because I'm going to be crocheting it so the legs are together. All right, 2 crochets in here. I do this a little bit differently than she suggests because I just found that it works better for me and it's hard to explain, so hopefully I can show you guys how I do it. So what I'm going to do, usually you go into a stitch through the front like so. I'm actually going to go into the same last stitch that I made from the back. And then I'm going to grab my other leg here and then go into that one from the front and basically do a little, it's basically a decrease stitch. where I just pull both through right there, and then now my legs are together, so to speak. I found that makes the gap that I have to sew later a little bit less big. Sometimes I don't have a gap at all, which is nice, but all right, so where am I at? Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crocheting is a lot of counting. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm probably not going to need this tail anymore, but that's okay. Wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta count again. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the same thing into this one after I get my 16th stitch in. There's 16. And then connect it to the other leg. It's a little twisted and a little bit of a pain later on, like, because you can't really, it's hard to tell where you have to stick the stitch in later, but crochet is just, yeah, crochet is a lot of counting. And thankfully I didn't start crocheting with the tail that I don't need anymore, so I'm just going to shove it in here and put some stuffing on top of it. Call it a day. Alright, just for the sake of my sanity real quick, I'm going to count all the stitches around to make sure I have the right number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29. That's not right at all. I'm supposed to have 32 stitches. So something got messed up somewhere. That happens. So I think what probably happened was when I was putting the legs together, I either skipped some stitches that I shouldn't have, or actually I probably just skipped some stitches that I shouldn't have, but that's okay. I'm just going to come back here and figure this out. Pull that a little tighter for right now. Yay, you've applied to the thing. Congrats. Just taking that stitch marker there now so I know where I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, that could be the problem. Do I really only have 15 stitches on here? Okay. Taking some stuff apart just to double check. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I somehow only have 15 stitches on here. That's okay, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to fix it. Mistakes happen, y'all. You just got to fix them and move on. This yarn is notoriously hard to untangle at times, but I think I've got it. So I can hear you asking, Paxie, how are we going to fix this? Well, it's very simple. We're just going to add an extra stitch on the end. All right, let's check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. We've got 16 now. And you know, just for the sake of my sanity, instead of doing the fancy join, we're just going to do the regular join, and it's going to look a little awkward, but I don't care at this point. It's okay. All right, so before we join those together again, we're going to make sure that this one, the other foot, also has 16 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I screwed up somewhere, but that's okay. We're gonna figure this out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I somehow really messed this up. We don't know how, but you know what? Oh no, we have to start over. It happens sometimes. The problem is I'm not usually talking to people when I'm making stuff, so... But that's okay. I'd rather be talking to you guys than just sitting here staring off into oblivion while I try and make something. Alright, we're going again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the yarn broke. That's one of the problem with these blanket yarns, is that you try and reuse them and they just get brittle. Once more onto the breach, dear friends, once more. Indeed. Yeah, I'm not giving up. Like, I'm already gonna have to, like, piece in some more purple after this, but there's a good length of yarn here. I'm not wasting it. Six, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to be recounting things over and over again until I get this done, but we're having problems because the thread, or the yarn, keeps unthreading when I try and pull my ring tight. Alright. I'm going to show you guys a trick I made up. So this yarn right now, it's just pulling right apart like that. So, see? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot in the end. The knot will stop it from unraveling, but also it'll give me something to grip when I make my magic ring. I did that a lot with the Premier Parfait yarn, because that stuff, that and Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles, those just shred at the drop of a hat. Okay, here it goes. We're going to test it. That worked better. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, apparently I put an extra stitch on that time. That's okay. That's why we are double counting everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Will I be able to count to 8 after this? God, I hope so. Yeah, I feel bad that, like, the Bernat is, like, so hard on your hands, Nova, because I don't have any problems with it. Hobby Toucan. I think you gave me a small skein of that, and I have not tested it yet. It's in this trash fire somewhere. Yeah, I would be interested in feeling the difference of the toucan. I keep hearing about this one, I think it's called Himalayan dolphin, which does not sound like a yarn type. It sounds like, I don't know, some sort of weird drug. They say it shreds less than honey bunny, but it does not. Dolphin baby, okay. Was I right about the Himalayan part? Alright. We got 16 stitches. I just counted them. I'm making a giant bongo with the loops and thread. Oh gosh, what is it called? I've forgotten the name of it, but they only have it for a limited time right now, and I'm really annoyed by it. But I'm hoping that they decide to keep it around if it sells really good. I don't know if you would like it. Does anybody here watch Watcher Entertainment? They have shows like Puppet History, Ghost Files, Mystery Files. They're showing that one right now. I love Puppet History. It's such a good show. The subplots they have are a little much, and sometimes I just find myself, just give me the history, I don't care about the rest of it. But you know what? I don't make the show. It's not my decision. If I don't like it, I don't have to watch, but I like the rest of it, so I watch it. It's on YouTube, but they also have like their own Netflix kind of thing, where you can like get the shows earlier and stuff. Yarnspirations one. You're gonna have to show me that one again, Nova, because I do not remember. I have the memory of a stick of gum. I'm definitely gonna have to add some more onto this because I'm almost out and I need one more row. But that's okay. I still have purple over here, so it's not like I'm playing yarn chicken. I really had to play yarn chicken with a bongo I made recently. I made a giant pickle for Niesling and then had a little bit of that yarn left over, and I'm like, I don't have any more of this yarn. I'm not buying any more of this yarn. I'm going to use the bongo keychain size pattern and see what happens. And I ran out of that yarn. Like, I had to go back and redo a bunch of things, so I just had enough yarn to finish the tentacles, and then I actually used some of the Big Twist Posh to finish it up. May have posted it in my Discord, cannot remember. I'll have to take a look and see if I can find it later, Nova. Like, dream of dreams that Yarnspirations would buy Big Twist, or Big Twist would be able to, like, go independent and do their own thing. Because, like, it's not just for the Posh yarn. Their plush yarn's really nice. Their baby bear is really nice. Their yarn in general is just really nice. Big Twist shouldn't have to suffer because Joanne made some bad decisions. I actually went to the Joanne on the east side last weekend, and my god. It was very barren in some respects, and then in other respects it had a lot. Like, they had a bunch of worsted weight yarn, but not a lot of like this kind of yarn. Although I did purchase everything I could get my hands on that I could see myself using in one way or another. Alright. We're gonna count again before we try and connect these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we have 16 stitches, like we're supposed to. The gods have smiled down upon us, and they are letting us have the 16 stitches that we need to have in order to finish this foot. So after I get this guy done, I don't know what I'm going to make next. Like I said, I have a bongo going out in the living room. I tend to have different projects in different places around the house. Like, I have the bongo that I'm working on and probably a couple other things going out in the living room that I just work on when I'm out in the living room. And then I have a couple things that I have here at my desk that I'm working on. Like, are you scratching at my chair? Are you scratching at my chair, sir? Oh boy. Just got some news about something at work. Hi, welcome back. It's not anything that it affects me, but it doesn't seriously affect me. I don't want to go into it more because it's something about somebody I work with, and they do not need their stuff traced all over the internet. Hi. Are you angry? Come here. Oh, hi, buddy.
Mama, this is the time that you're usually out in the living room with your feet up on the ottoman so that I can lay between them and snuggle.
I know, but I'm on the internet right now, see? Can you see your fans?
Hello, fans. Yo soy bendito. Muy necesito. I'm gonna walk all over the keyboards. Get right in the camera.
Good job, buddy. You gonna settle right there? Well, let me get I need this foot. Let me take this foot. Nova, can you DM me that? Because I won't remember to click that link after stream. I'm trying to use my computer as a touchscreen again when it is definitely not. Okay, how do make this work? Man, it's really hard to control things from the from OBS. Maybe this is why I need another screen so I can have like the actual Twitch dashboard up and be able to block things, because apparently we got somebody trying to get me to do something with streamboo dots whatever. And yeah. There we go. All right, are we done? Did I do it? Yes? There, I did it. We're done. That person's gone now. Twitch OBS day so I can show you things I've got set up to make my life easier. Here's the thing. I do have another Twitch channel where all these things have been taken care of. I just haven't done it on my own yet. Like, Skulls and Cupcakes actually does have all this stuff set up. I just haven't taken 5 minutes to set it up on my own on this channel. Alright. I'm trying this again. Come on. Go through the hole. There we go. I do actually. Kit got a new monitor for her computer recently, and she still has her old monitor, but it has the like bulky VGA connector that goes from the monitor to the computer. So I do have a cheap like $5 what are they called? Converter thing coming. It'll be here tomorrow, so I am going to see how it goes with that. And if that works out okay, like the monitor's kind of bulky, but I can move it around pretty easily just for streams. And if that works well, then I'll be able to either have like the Twitch thing up on there or my patterns up on there. We'll see how it goes. I hear you murphing out there. I'm working. Look, if I become popular on Twitch, I can quit my other job and just do this for a living, and then you know what? Get an OnlyFans, Bandit. Get an OnlyFans and support me. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bandit, I hear you scratching on that wall. You knock it off. My cat, ladies and gentlemen. You keep seeing me look over my shoulders because that's where Bandit is. I mean, I keep joking with Kit that I'm gonna make Bandit an OnlyFans account, but I don't actually want Bandit to be internet famous. I would rather he just be a cute little boy who hangs out and does stuff, and occasionally I post pictures of him. So I always feel bad for people who have those famous pets and those pets pass away because you don't really get to grieve on it. Like people are still going to be sending out memes with your pets or whatever. All right, I'm going to count this real quick, but I think we have the 32 stitches we're supposed to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We got 32 stitches. We did it. All right, so we got to do 3 rounds of just single crocheting around. Where did my other stitch marker get to? Is it still in the leg? It is not still in the leg. Where? There it is. Okay. Once again, this pattern is the Mothman Pattern by Moms Stitchetti. Okay, so 6, 7. I need to do 2 rows in blue, and then I can start over on my green. It just happened to work out that rows 6 through 9 on this are the are one color. That's just funny to me. This yarn is so staticky. I was very proud of myself. I actually updated the Stream Elements chat bot before I started, like even before I considered starting to stream. Like this morning, first thing, I'm on the computer, just not quite time to log into work, so I'm updating stuff on Stream Elements. I used to use Nightbot a lot, but that one went crazy over the past few years. Like, it just stopped working. Like, I could go in and edit stuff, but nothing would ever show up in chat. Used Moobot for a long time, then they changed to a paid version, if I remember right. I don't know about Moobot, I don't think. It's not coming to mind. Swap to Mix It Up Bot, and I love it. I'll have to look into that one. I like Stream Elements. It's working okay for me, so. I think when Kit and I first started streaming, we had the Streamlabs OBS, and we actually had a bot that was named Scully Sugarbot that we used. A lot like Firebot, like what Huz uses. Okay. But then we found out that Streamlabs was basically stealing OBS stuff, and we stopped using them. Guys, I'm gonna level with you. I don't think we're gonna get through this entire thing today. But that's okay. I've been trying to figure out a way to, like, I might start putting on my price tags for markets, like how long stuff took. And a lot of people will be like, this took X amount of hours. No. I'm going to do it in the terms of television shows or just stuff I watch while I crochet. So, like, I was talking about this in Vendor Frienders. It's going to be like, oh, this Mothman right here, it took 5 episodes of Forensic Files. That Bigfoot, it took an entire season 1 binge of Alaska Monsters. Speaking of Alaska Monsters, I usually watch that on Discovery Plus, and I think a lot of that stuff got removed from Discovery Plus, and I'm very upset. Cuz like a lot of the there are a lot of shows on Discovery Plus that I liked that were from the History Channel, even though, you know, the History Channel does they kind of do history. They mostly do Ancient Aliens. But like I used to watch The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, and there was I think I missed an entire season because they took it off Discovery Plus. Wait, where am I at? 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm actually supposed to start on the green now. And there's this new show, couple new shows on History Channel that I really want to watch. I don't remember the names of them right now, but one of them is hosted by Dan Aykroyd, and the other is hosted by David Duchovny, and I believe they're about like haunted places and conspiracy theories, and that is just right up my alley. Okay, green. We're on to the green. Yeah, I really like the idea, but the problem would be that I would either need to handwrite how long the things take. Like, there would be text on there that says, this took, and then I'd have to write in, like, X episodes of Forensic Files or anything. And I don't write a lot. I have tendonitis in my right wrist, which is not made better by crocheting, but crocheting is nothing compared to handwriting for some reason. If I have to write a lot of stuff with my right hand, I am like wearing a brace for the next week. I don't know why. But just you would think that the crocheting would be worse on it, but it's always handwriting things. So that's why whenever I send somebody something, they get a nice typed letter with my signature printed on there. And I blame it on the fact that my handwriting is terrible. But no, it's because I have really bad tendonitis in my right wrist, and that is made worse by writing things by hand. Like, I guess I could just do, like, type in, this took, have a blank for me to write something. This took X hours, and then of what show. So, like, I would have to write in how many hours or how many episodes and then the name of the show. So it wouldn't be as customizable. Because, like, I don't remember how long the long play of Bioshock I have saved to my YouTube favorites is, but I know that I can crochet at least one Mothman during that entire thing. I want to say it's an 8 to 10 hour long play. It might be longer than that. I don't know. I love watching long plays. For those who don't know, a long play is just basically somebody playing through an entire video game, but there's no commentary from whoever's playing it. It's just you're basically watching the game as a movie. And that's it. Ichi knows. It's nice for games that like either I've played but don't want to play again for the story, or games that I won't play for whatever reason but want to know what happened. Like Kit loves BioShock, and I've played a little bit of the first game of BioShock. It's on I think it's on the Skulls and Cupcakes YouTube channel somewhere. Just talking about it's basically like an hour of me going under waterfalls and telling you that I'm washing away my sins, and then I try to murder things. I'm not good at those kind of games, but I like watching I love the lore of BioShock, so I like watching that. I have an entire playlist of just random long plays that if I can't think of anything else to watch, I'll just throw one of those on. I know for a fact it has both BioShocks, the Minerva's Den DLC. I don't consider BioShock Infinite to be a BioShock game. It's not to me. I'm not saying it's not a good game, it just doesn't fit with anything else in BioShock. They should have called it something else. Just call it Infinite. Just call it that. Anyway, how many rows of green do I need to do? 10 to 14. Okay, so alright. I'm on row 10, or I'm on row 11 now. We're doing good. I have the first 3 games of the Metal Gear Solid series. The second one, I didn't get all the way through watching the long play because I kind of got bored. So I'm waiting patiently for Ray Narvaez Jr. to do a let's play of it or a stream of it on his Twitch channel because I love Ray Narvaez Jr. I've only seen playthrough of the first BioShock game and it's been years. They have both of them on YouTube if you ever want to watch them. They probably have the third one on YouTube too, but I'm not interested in watching it. Also have the original 4 Arkham Asylum games, or Batman Arkham Asylum games. So, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins. What was the last? No, never mind. The first 3. There's 4 games total. I know what I'm talking about. I haven't watched Arkham Knights. I've seen Kit play it, but I haven't watched like the whole. I haven't done a long play of that one yet. I watch the Arkham games when I'm sad about Kevin Conroy no longer being with us. Or, I just want some Batman, but I don't want to watch any of the Batman movies I own. Which I think is most of them. Like, I own the Michael Keaton movies. I own Batman Forever. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. That was the first Batman movie I ever saw in theaters. I own Batman and Robin. I believe I have The Dark Knight around here somewhere. I have some, between Katie and I think we have all of them. Fun story about Batman Forever. I lied to my father when we went to go see that. One of the only good memories I have of my father. It was just he and I going to the movies, and he asked me. It was the options for the movies. Oh, Nova, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you did not know. Yeah, Val Kilmer passed away, I want to say, last week. Yeah, I love Val Kilmer. But I was not what I'd call a fan. That's legit. I loved his Batman. I thought he did really good as Batman. I think he could have done more. I think he could have done more in general. But the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin got real weird. Gotham was just the weirdest place in those movies. Anyway, when my father and I were just the 2 of us going to the movie, didn't happen a lot because after my parents got divorced, he got remarried right away because he knocked somebody up. Um, so one of those few times it was just like him and I going to do something. And we get to the movie theater and he's like, okay, what movie do you think Jim wants to see? Jim is my older brother. He passed away a few years ago. And he's like, because we're going to go see a movie with Jim next week. So what movie do you think Jim's going to want to see? And I was mad. Little, I want to say 8 or 9 year old me, 10 at the oldest, very mad that we weren't picking the movie based on what I wanted to watch. We were picking it on what my brother wanted to watch. So I openly lied to him and I told him, "Oh, Jim wants to go see Pocahontas. He thinks the raccoon and the hummingbird and the dog are really funny, so he wants to go see that one." Because to heck with that, I didn't care if what my brother wanted to see. I wanted to see Batman. And my father went with it, so there you go. All right, so 9, 10, 11, so we're on 12. Yeah, just sibling things kind of. Yeah, I love Batman Forever. So if I went to look and so I went to look and see if I had any of this dude's stuff before. It doesn't look like it, and dude literally died on April Fools apparently. Oof, that didn't connect for me. Um, Val Kilmer was very much a method actor. Like he got like really really deep into his roles. He was Jim Morrison in the Doors movie. He was that one guy in Top Gun that I've never seen Top Gun. I have no interest in seeing Top Gun, but he was in it. That's legit. I'm kind of disappointed. Apparently, he did a one-man show about Mark Twain called Citizen Kane, and I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to see that because that sounds awesome. All right, we got some legs. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, we gotta pull back a little bit because I forgot what I was doing and I need to do some decreasing. Whoops, that happens. On the upside, it's slightly after the color change, so that's okay. All right. I will say the nice thing about this pattern is that you can kind of see here how the color changes are. Like you can see them in between the stitches and everything. Like there's a very obvious color change right there. That's on the back and will be covered up by the wings. All right. I've actually used this pattern as a basis for a Fresno Nightcrawler I made. Like I used this, I used the legs and just added more rows and then went from there to round it off at the top. I got some good feedback on the Fresno Nightcrawler I tried to make myself. It's got some work to do on it. I just need more yarn. Ironically, I need more white yarn. I forgot what I was doing again. Stopped doing my decreases. I get to talking and I just want to keep going. I told somebody once that I hold my yarn like most people hold a cigarette, and it's not wrong. Like, I try and hold it differently. Like, there's some people who, like, wrap it around your finger like this and then hold the rest of it with, like, the rest of your fingers, like so. And then you just kind of hold it out like that. And it works for, like, 5 minutes. And then I readjust without really even thinking about it. Alright, I think I screwed up somewhere because there are 2 stitches here that should not be there. The wrapping is so uncomfortable. It is. Like, I've tried using the tension rings, but those don't work for me either. 1, 2, there. 1, 2, decrease. Here we go. I decreased twice right next to each other. That's what I did. See, I'm already back to doing it. I do need to do it sometimes because if I do it this way for too long, this wrist starts to hurt. Rely on tension rings. Yeah. For me, it's not the autism brain, which is nice. It's just I forget what I'm doing. Because it actually doesn't hurt my wrists as much if I do it like this. I just forget to do it. I'm one of the few autistics that don't have a lot of texture issues. Honestly, most of my texture issues come from food. Like, one of my friends gave me mochi once, and they're like, "You'll love mochi. It's ice cream or whatever." And I tried it, and I'm like, "This is awful. I hate the texture of this. I'm never eating it again." Wendy's has a oh yes, tomato chunks and tomato sauce are a horrible texture. But I also don't like tomatoes. I like tomato sauce as long as it's not chunky, which that it makes it great that my beloved makes her own spaghetti sauce all the time, so he works there. But Wendy's put out a Girl Scout Thin Mint Frosty recently, and you would think that would just be right up my alley because I love Frosties and I love Thin Mints, but they made the chocolate Thin Mint part gritty. Like they had finely crushed up chunks of Thin Mints in it, but it just had the consistency of sand in your mouth, which was kind of sad. However, Dairy Queen did a blue cone dip blizzard recently, and that one was good. Like, it's just the stuff that you would usually just dip the ice cream cone into, mixed into the blizzard, and it was really good. Okay, so... I'm going to do 2 rounds of just single crochet. They also have a birthday cake blizzard out right now, and usually I don't like cake in ice cream. Like, I will eat a piece of cake with some ice cream on the side, but I don't usually like the cake that they put into ice creams. The texture is usually off. But this one was pretty good. I liked it. Me talking about ice cream when I'm fundraising for juvenile diabetes. Look, I've admitted it before and I'll admit it for the rest of my life. I am a terrible diabetic. But a lot of the things that work for other diabetics don't work for me. For example, a lot of the other diabetics can do sugar replacement stuff like aspartame or however you pronounce it and stuff like that. I cannot. That stuff gives me such a migraine. And it's honestly easier and better for me overall to just have less of the regular sugar than to try and replace it completely. Also, I love cookies way too much. You can probably tell that by the all of me. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people who have the problems with the aspartame, so I don't feel bad about it because, like, it's a documented thing. Cookies are really good. I love cookies. Now I got an email that my Hot Topic delivery's here, so the mail arrived. All right. So we are about at the part where I need to attach the arms, wherever, there they are, they're over there. I didn't lose them. I need to attach the arms to the rest of the body. Grew up on Diet Coke, so full sugar cola tastes awful to me. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I have one more round of green before we go into the yellow. So I think what I'm going to do, and the yellow is where we're going to need to attach the arms on. So I think what I'm going to do is get the arms attached in place, and then we'll probably call it for today. 2 hours is about the limit of my socializing, you know, autism and ADHD. Where is my... Okay, my bag of stuffing is all the way over there, and I'm not getting it right now, so these are just going to stay hollow for now. Alright, so I need to do one more row, which is a single crochet decrease around. Yeah, I feel bad because I love hanging out with people, but 2 hours is usually the max. Like, I'll be somewhere, I'll have been there for 2 hours, then I'm like, nope, I'm done, and I make my polite excuses and leave. And I always feel bad because it's not the people I'm visiting's fault. It's just the fact that yeah, I'm done. Personally, I want you does needle felting has to stop at 2 hours because that's... Oh, I don't doubt that. Needle felting is like, are you scratching on my chair again? Could you not? I'm almost done, I promise. And then we'll go out to the living room and I'll find some cookies and we'll relax, okay? Okay. Gotta negotiate with the cat to stream. Anyway, needle felting, hi. Thank you for not deleting everything I've got on my Word document about this. Thank you so much. Are you a brat? Yeah, you're kind of a brat, aren't you? I love you, buddy. Yes, I do. Okay, don't fall over. I'm moving my hand away. I'm going to get this sentence out. Needle felting is like a more aggressive version of cross stitching, and cross stitching is just stabbing something 1,000 times repeatedly. Need to head home from the office. Chat, behave. Don't. We're probably gonna be done in like 10 minutes anyway, Nova. So drive safely. Don't be on Twitch while you're driving. That's very unsafe. Really? Right next to me is a cube shelf, and he has climbed into the only cube that's somewhat open. My Xbox is in there, but the Xbox isn't turned on, so we're okay. You gonna come be on camera again? Yep.
Hello, I'm Bandit. Ugh.
He just dug his claws into me as he jumped down off my lap, so after this, somebody's getting their claws trimmed. But that's okay, because then he gets treats. We're the kind of household where if Bandit does something good, everybody gets treats, so... Honestly, I'll probably go find Pepper and trim her claws too, so then she has to earn her treats. I don't touch Ziggy's claws. Alright. So, we're at the last round of green. It's turning out really good so far. It's not obvious, at least not to me, that some of the sections are some of the stripes are bigger than others, but I wouldn't care if it was, because you know what? I can't do everything. Alright, so where's my yellow? There's my yellow. Okay. All right, so 5 single crochet. Come on, dude, work with me here. I'm just trying to give you arms. I'm trying to crochet over the tails as much as possible because it makes me feel better. I don't know if it's actually more or less secure, but it makes me feel better. So all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then grab our first yarn, and I do the best I can to make sure that the stripes are on the inside, because the less we see the stripes, the better. 1, 2, 3. Bandit, stop scratching the wall. I promise I'll be done soon. And we are done putting the arms on. Ta-da! Looks like the arms are a little bit thicker, but actually the stripes line up pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. Nice. I probably could have gone one more green on the arms, and I'll make a note of that for next time. So, I don't think... Yeah, I didn't actually change anything on my thing here, so it'll just be a little bit tricky to try and get that last like just like stitch it together with the just the yellow, but yeah, it looks really good. I'm really proud of this. Bandit, I'm almost done. Stop scratching on my wall. All right, so I'm gonna call it here. We'll be back next week. I don't know when next week. It just honestly, it's when the mood takes me, and God only knows. Not even God knows when that's gonna be. I won't touch this guy until next week. We will finish him up on stream next week. So thank you all for hanging out. I don't really have anywhere to send you because I don't really follow any other crafters, and I need to get more people onto my list so I know what I'm doing. Like, if one of my gaming friends was still streaming, I'd send you over there, but I don't know right now. So I'm going to call it. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye!